Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I was really hoping that we could build a little house up here. So I rounded up some supplies. I got some cobble, some droppers for an idea, a couple of different types of wood, some leaves to spruce things up, and then that should get us started with the frame. Um, so hopefully we can figure something out. So my idea was to use the hoppers as a sort of footing for the support pillars. So we'll drop the hopper down here like this, put a beam over the top of it, and then I was thinking this would be the ground floor, and we'll level everything from there. So 1, 2, 3. So we have a wall like that. And then the next thing we can do is we can add some cobble and set it back a little bit to give our house some depth. And then this will have a window in it, which will add to the depth. And then we'll make this 5 wide. 5. And then we'll put the next dropper right here. And this way it's seated so it looks like it's built into the wall. And then rather than just having this look like a tree stump, it comes down into this thing that looks like it's there bracketing it in, giving it some strength, even though it's Minecraft and strength isn't really the big deal here. So we have a start to our house, but the thing is that this island, or the top of our rock, isn't very symmetrical. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to make our house use the maximum space up here, well, leaving a little bit over the outside so that we can add some flair, but it won't be as how do you put it? We'll have like a little garden, but it's not going to be much else up here besides the house, is kind of the hope. So, the other downside is, we could bring this out one more. I'm not 100% on that. Oops. And I've fallen off the rock. But as you can see, there's the start of the shape that we're going to go for. I've gotten my food worked out a little bit better since last time too. Been growing some chickens and stuff, which is tasty. Okay, so what I was going to do here is, because we have this little curve here, I was going to use it to our advantage. 3. So I was going to bring like kind of a curved wall here. So you have a little bit of a curve. And then this will be an angle, and we'll have a really nice view looking this way, back towards spawn. And then this way we also have for our bridge across, it'll come right into the building like this. So we'll put our next dropper right here, and a piling on top of it. Get that up to the appropriate height. And then we'll have another curved window right here that's looking out over this lake. How long is this one? This one's 1, 2, 3. 3 long? Do I want to drop this back one like this? Maybe this would be a little bit more symmetrical than it was before. I don't really know. I think this way looks a little bit better. It better uses the the flow of the shape of the land that we have to work with. Here we go, like this. And we'll bring that all the way up. Alright, so these will flip with stairs when we get there, and then put our doors right here. And so this will be our ground floor right here, but it won't be grass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that leave? I mean, that would leave enough for a window right there. These two windows would be like really close. Well, we're gonna have to squeeze some furnaces in too, and I don't know which. Oh man, oh, it looks really good. So I don't know which direction I want to kind of block out to say, because each way that we look here, we have something that we can see that's really pretty, Minecraft-wise. You know, you have this landscape here available to us. Alright, I'm gonna... Oops, I need more droppers. Doop, 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 doop. And some of this. Oopsie. Come on, pick it up. Alright. Oops, too high. We'll have to look at this for a second here. Skip the night, because I'm lazy. Alright, we'll put this right here for right now and take a peek at what it looks like from across the way here. See, and then we'll replace this dirt with something, either cobblestone or smooth stone, to kind of meld it in place there. The only thing is that we have these posts that are on the outside. I don't know if we keep that feeling of being outside of the stone, holding the stone back, as it were. Kind of like extra support to make it even more rigid. And then I like this right here. I know some people might say, oh no, you gotta raise this up, but I think it feels like the house is more built into the natural rock. It's fitting how it is. This needs to get changed, I think. It needs to be less uniform across the top there. Hold on one second. Let's take a look at this real quick. See how this goes. We'll add a little bit of smooth stone here. Smooth stone there. Smooth stone here. Smooth stone up there. Does that cover up all the dirt? No. Smooth stone, smooth stone. Let's give this a see, and if this is any better than it was before. Yeah, I think that adds a little less uniformity to it than it was before. So that should be good. Alright. Oop! Dang it. Klutz mode. Anyways, let's pop over here and see where we can lead the rest of the house to. Get these off the bar. Okay, so we got that there. And then I think this corner back here, although it's a great view, I think this is where I'm going to put our furnaces and some chests and stuff to have a little bit of storage on hand. But there might be some other ways to do it so that we just have this area up here being living space, and then having like resting area above, and then have storage beneath it, like actually build into the rock down here. Like if you can see, there's this whole area that's a rock, and we can build down into that and have our storage and everything down there, making it less needed to block out the view of what's around us, which is one of the better reasons to build up high rather than just build into a wall or into a cliff, as is the like for most people. Myself included, I actually fairly like building into walls and stuff. This is very secure, and you can make very, you don't have to worry about messing up the landscape like you do when you build above ground. I don't know, see, like, I kind of feel like I want to build this house very symmetrically, but at the same time I want to keep to the top of this hill thing, the rock. I definitely want to keep some of the shape here, so I think what I'm going to do is well, that's interesting. I think I'm going to try to build it organically on the bottom and see if I can mash something on top. Mash is the wrong word. That sounds very aggressive compared to what I would actually like it to look. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, put this here. Get some more spruce. 2, 3, 2. How's that off? Is that off? That is off. What's up with that? Oh, wait. I'm gonna have to bring this down. No, actually I like it up that high. It's a little bit higher down here than how the usual Minecraft height, but I think it'll be good. I need some dirt. Because I think it will make it a little bit less, or a little bit more airy in here, which will match with the blander cobblestone better. I really think you shouldn't take falling damage when you fall on a bed, or like have a more forgiving falling damage. So, like, you know, because the bed's springy or something. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This right here needs to be a dropper. I really like the outside of these. They're really, kind of a fun block. Well, see, we can see this from here and from over here, so I'm kind of tempted to make this more of the area that we're gonna like have stairs both up and down, like both into the rock and out onto the top floor bit. So let's see here. put our last beam right here. Okay, and then right here will be more closed off, I think. We'll do this. And I think that will do a lot for us. Okay, so we're running a little low on cobblestone again. Yay for starting Minecraft. But what I was thinking is, on the bottom here, we'll put glass panes in these. And the glass panes have a tendency to match really well with the stairs. So, dirt. And then on the top bit here, to match this, oops. Oh no. Oh no, I'm stuck. Dupe. Fall damage. Yay. See, the downside to this is it's going to be very plain, like this. But I think if we can dress it up a little bit, both with how I'm gonna, what I'm gonna do next, and with some leaves on the bottom, and try to make it so that it's a little bit more dressed up than just the cobblestone and wood, it'll look a little bit better. But I kind of want to keep it simple given the fact that we don't have a lot of resources on hand yet. This is tricky. Oh, come on. Behave, stairs. You know you want to. We'll figure this out in a second. I might do something a little bit different right there than what we did before. So I'm gonna finish dressing this, or finish doing the outlines of these real quick, and then I'll be right back with you for the next step. Okay, so I'm back, and I finished up with the frames. So as you can see, it's pretty barren still. It needs a little bit of work, but with what we're doing next, we should be able to clean this up and make it a lot more exciting. Hopefully, that's the plan. So it's got a lot of cobble. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see if we can make it work. So the next thing we need is a lot of oak wood, because I think it will still work well with the dark wood. The dark wood and the cobble. It'd be really nice if we could get our hands on some of the new wood, but not quite yet, because as I said, you know, we don't have a lot of time. Well, we have all of the time, but I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time looking for it right off the bat. So let's see here what we can do. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do at the inside yet, because again, there's a lot of cobblestone. But this is kind of the idea that I was aiming for. So we have these support braces that come out, which kind of will support the roof. And I'm going to try it with the hay bales that they introduced in 1.6 to to do sort of a thatched roof. Hopefully, we'll see what we can do. Because this is all about exploring, right? At least Minecraft is. Even if that exploration is in the creative vein. And the house has a much more organic shape than I was originally going to give it. That's one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about, was maybe moving this post over here more to right here, and then having like a little area over here to stand on, and then making it a little bit more square, but I'm not 100% on that. I think this is a lot more exciting when it comes down to it, you know, because you end up with a lot of square builds in the square world of Minecraft. And it feels better that it's organic, but I think because of the shape that we've gone with, I'm not going to do an upper floor because it's just going to be a lot of extra work that I don't know if I want to tackle. Hold on, I'm going to move this wall over one. Click, click, click. Stair. Alright, and then the cobblestone. Yeah, I feel much better about that. Okay, so we need these and these here. And then, so we're just adding a little bit of framing to the cobble to add a little bit more texture. And then this will support the roof over the top. And as I said, I kind of want to try a thatched roof. I'm not 100% on how that would look because, you know, the thatch would leave it to be a very pointy roof, the way that the blocks are, because it would be full blocks. But the other thing that's going to happen when we do this is we're going to have to break the roof out into several sections. So one section will be right here to right here, I think. So we'll end up squaring this roof off, and we'll have the roof come out a little bit over this, and we'll have to figure out a way to support it so it's not just hanging there in the open. And then the other half of the roof will be lower, and it will go from here up into the side of this roof, or let them make it work somehow. The other thing we can do is we can go from here over and then come up, and then we go up and make a pointy roof right there and a pointy roof right here. So it'll be 2 steps of a roof, and then there will be a little space inside. I think that might actually work a little bit better. And we can use these posts to sort of support the roof. So let's take a look at this from the bottom, from the outside. And I think that's going to liven it up a little bit. And as I said, you know, it's not a lot, but it makes it so it breaks up the cobblestone a little bit from what it was before. So it's not so cobblestone. Yeah, so we'll see what we're going to do for the roof. I have to kind of mess around with that and see how it goes. I think I'm going to leave it off here, and then we'll do the inside and the leaves and stuff next time. And kind of try to decorate this out a little bit. I don't know what that is. I need to fix that. And so anyways, thanks for watching. If you liked it, you know the drill. And I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks again.